Hello and welcome to my channel, my lovely Scorpios. Your card is the card of death, the card of change, very often the Phoenix card, the card of the man and or woman who can fly. It's not like you don't miss people when you must walk away and change. And I feel that very heavily right now for you guys right now. Welcome to my channel. I am the Queen of Clovers. Will ride with you. And this is your general reading for April 2022. It'll be a 3-spread read. It'll be Oracle, Tarot, and Cartomancy. We'll just see how everything is going. Remember, it is a general read for my Scorpios. This is all readings. Please take what is yours, leave out all the rest, and of course, if enamored by my reading, like and subscribe. Your energy is, well, I'm in a very cold day, very overcast day here, and it's like you guys are embracing it. It's almost like you guys are remembering the tough times. I feel like you've gotten out of this noose, though. I do see the noose, and I feel like, Scorpios, I feel like a lot of you are feeling at rest right now, maybe, or you're coming into a moment where you're like, you know what, I can be resting. And the noose represents the past. It's very reminiscent, this noose, about what it used to be and how it used to tighten around you. How you've grown from such nonsense is what Spirit is saying. This is, oh my. Don't think this King of Wands does not represent you with the ring. Oh my. To go from, you are somewhere in between this noose and this ring during the month of April. During this, it could be receiving a ring. This is just a change of textures in your life. To go from something very fleeting and even facing your own mortality quite regularly to going to being a King of Wands, a mastery of being, you know, fierce. Obviously, you've learned it. Your ferocity has come from somewhere, but the change from this rope and this rough texture to a metal texture to the ring to actually something forged in fire and heftily long term, you're actually going to start garnering things. Scorpio, if you haven't yet, you're going to start having very passionate, creative ideas and options that are going to start giving you options in life. You're going to take these opportunities because of the fact that you've actually, I mean, I really feel like some of you have maybe stared down the barrel of a gun before, or have really lived in great difficulty in some way, enough that today, when you think about the texture of your life, I mean, some of you were living on the street in the cement in the rain, or perhaps that's where you were at your lowest when you were pushed down. But now life is like comforters, duvets. Oh man, some of you find it really hard to not enjoy a life on the couch, watching cartoons and watching your kids like crawl around, or if you don't have kids, just, you know, just life. Like, you could sit back and watch the flowers bloom. That's the kind of energy that you guys are kind of picking up on for April. Let's see what is going on. What is firing this up? You guys should be kind of lit during Aries season because of the fact that it is a because we're both Martians. Remember, you're my Martians. I love to say that. Oh yes, the Fool card. So you're going to be starting something. Remember, the Ace of Wands is part of that King card. The ring that is the King. Oh my gosh, I keep saying King, but it's a ring. Don't think that you're not going to elevate yourself into royalty either. You're having a Fool card here. You must be starting something. You're stepping out, and it's not a bad step out. It's because you know something that we don't know. Nobody else knows. It's not something that you plan on. It's not something, I have the Three of Wands in reverse. It's not something you've been waiting for. It is something that literally fell into your hands conceptually, or just something you've been stirring about in your brain and you're finally getting it out on paper or making the designs. But this is like, it's not something you truly planned on, but it is definitely something. Remember I told you you're going from that bendable rope, still can snap your neck, but you're going on to precious metals. It's like an elevation in your life. Let's see what this sneak attack is. This ace, 7 of wands. All right. Oh my. You definitely gave something up. There's definitely something that you are, that, remember I said you are mourning? 5 of Cups is mourning something that you've given up. And trust me, there is the mourning because you missed something, and then there's the mourning because, holy crap, what the heck was I living in for so long? How did I not leave sooner? And that is this feeling. This is that, remember you're kind of, I said you had this very reminiscent kind of pasty kind of, you know, thinking back, damn, what kind of a hooligan was I? Because we were all hooligans at one time, right? Proper naughty boys and girls in our youth, right? And man, Scorpios, I feel like everyone with an October birthday, jeez, party. I loved that Halloween. I mean, you know, Scorpios, but you are like, dang, those memories aren't bad, they're just not really good. And you know, we all age out, right? We all grow up, but this is you spent some time inside, you spent some time really thinking about it and moving alone. This is like, oh, do you know what this reminds me of? So when I first had my baby, I was only 20. I was 20 in April and he was born in June, and I had my own phone line in my grandma's house, and I literally turned off the ringer because we didn't have cell phones at the time, but I would literally turn off the ringer at like 8 o'clock at night, right when it was time for him to go to bed, because I was like, do not even wake up the baby anymore. This is, I can't have this life. I gotta get up for work at 7 in the morning, and then on top of that, you know, you're gonna wake up the baby. I was so mad. I was just you just have to switch gears, and you've done that somehow. You've switched gears, and Scorpio, in this switching gears, you've solidified yourself in like adulting and getting it done. You've kind of made life really comfortable for yourself with this Queen of Wands card. Maybe you've had a couple parties lately, or just been able to step out a little bit more than usual in some way, because you have been stacking pentacles. You have been doing the work. You have captured an opportunity that, please look up right now if you're a Scorpio. Of course, cross watchers here, but your Scorpio needs to look up right now and just be like, what is the best idea you can come up with in like 24 hours to make $1 million gazillion dollars? Because the moon is shining, this Aries new moon is shining on this opportunity for you. And when you hop into it, a lot of things that you've been working on, you know, you think you've just been paying your car on time and getting the rent paid on time, and you know, making sure there's food in the cupboards, little adulting things, comfort things that you've done, keeping the laundry clean, you know, as basic as it is, Spirit is saying you've done those things, and so you're making room in your life to grab hold of whatever this opportunity is, this Fool card you're jumping into, you're running into. It is very blessed and guided. I mean, you have Spirit. You know what this looks like? This looks like the blood of the ancestors coming up upon her cloak. As a blessing, you know, blessed in the blood of the ancestors, because you know the secret. It's going to bump into you. It is literally going to bump into you. And it's steal of a deal when it comes to putting Scorpio behind an opportunity right now. It feels so good. I don't want to let it go. I don't want to let it go. Let's pull the Fool, whatever it is, this may be something from your past. Remember I told you your past was very important, and the ideas, it may be something from your past that you are bringing back. Like, we had to let go a lot of stuff during the last few years, since, you know, March 2020, remember there was, you know, January we had fires and protests, and the world was flipping upside down to begin with. So we've had to give up things, or we've had to adjust our lives. A lot of that is beginning to return, and you are going to invest in some of that return, is what Spirit is kind of giving me a hint on here. What does this mean? There's somebody, the person that you, ooh, Ace of Wands. which would be a match with this love card I have for you with the ring. Now, the Fool card I was talking about, this Fool card, you have company. You see this dog? It represents some company. And then this Ace of Wands came out right when as I was saying that to clarify that it's going to be a little passionate. It's not going to be the kind of company where, you know, you have a friend come and drink beer with you while you flesh out the ideas like a crazy person, you know, to get you inspired. Oh no, this is like waking up in the middle of the night naked. Oh, the Queen of Wands wants to pop out here. Right next to the King of Wands and the Lovers. Scorpios. That's a true match. A true pair. A king and a queen. And I'm just talking about your Ace of Wands. The passion between the two of you is a very big stick. Oh my. To be run by Mars in this energy. Well, I wouldn't say run by Mars. Inspired by Mars. Getting a true pair in this love thing. Let's not forget the third card that came with this was the Lovers. So this is not just a passionate connection. This is going to be like a spiritual, like, first man, first woman kind of connection. Like, holy moly, it's like there's nobody else around. This makes me think of like Gwen Stefani of like Sheldon. Like, oh my gosh, they're so cute and so like opposite. It just doesn't make sense. But geez Louise, are they on fire? You could just see it when they look at each other. And this is the energy that's coming in for my Scorpios. This is a really good reading. You know, I really don't name readings very well. I really don't. But I will try. Scorpios. The Ring. Man, the Noose. I wasn't even scared when that came out. I hope it didn't scare any of you, because that's not what the energy I was feeling. I almost didn't even see what it was. I almost thought it was the braid, because I was expecting it, because it was talking about the past and like things left behind. And lo and behold. Alright, so you may be hanging out with a few people here and there. You've definitely cut down some of your party groups or your social groups. You've had to focus on things. You're working on a big opportunity. Making choices in the physical world. This is physical activities that you're trying to balance out. Yeah, you're just putting your energy in different places. You know, you have to save it for important things, such as total happiness. When you can see it, you just reach out and grab it, Scorpio, because it's within arm's reach of every Scorpio in the month of April to reach out and grab whatever it is that this Ten of Cups, this real big, you know, harmony, happy, you know, hippie living kind of vibe. Just getting to the top of where, you know, it also talks about where the heart is and the passion is. Oh, cannot make this up. Okay. It came out Queen of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Swords. Okay. Alright. You guys might have a bit of a rough patch behind you that is making things uncomfortable. It's the elephant in the room is the Queen of Swords. It could be an air sign that came between you. One of you may have dated this air sign while you were broken up. I don't feel like there's anything really untoward. Perhaps you had somebody in your life with a sharp tongue, like a mother-in-law, that was very disruptive to your lives, that really separated you a bit. And this is kind of like what you've given up, is that past of difficulty between you. You guys are beginning to see each other again and work together again. A lot of harmony with working together again. And this is not about money, even though you guys have been probably saving it up, or you've been saving it up. It's about really living the good, you know. You can't let the past be the past. So there are things that you guys need to discuss. There are things that you need to understand about each other very sympathetically and not too harshly. You guys got some explaining to do to each other. You kind of just got to go through the paces. If this is an existing relationship, It's like you telling, you know what is really romantic, that always, no matter who I've ever been with in my entire life, I love to hear us tell each other or talk about the stories of our past, like how we met, or the first time I saw you, or the first time I kissed you, you know. And Spirit wants you to go through that and enjoy it. Like, remember when we did this, this, and that, and don't let it get into a fight, obviously, because this is like a love that, this could be an old school friend that is now becoming a lover, but there is that noose period that you had, Scorpio. This person was definitely there, and they've definitely see you do some bad things, and it's like you know each other really well, and you know, there's just some people like you can't date because they're kind of like siblings, the way you grew up together, the way you were so young together, or made mistakes together, or saw them do goofy shit to get shit in their lives. It's that kind of energy that's like, but it's not bad. Like, it's not overcomable, but like, I wouldn't date this person because of this. No, you guys are actually probably coming together, and very passionately and very logically, and in consideration of that past and what you guys hold between each other. I mean, how many true pairs do you need of fire to believe that something's coming in? But there will be Queen of Swords times to share some very uncomfortable, spiky kind of things. But man, I choose you. Oh boy, no. There's been a time when you didn't choose each other, both of you, and that's what it is, the Queen of Swords moment. Like, what was really going on? Because I don't need that to come back later on. We know better, you know, when you're coming back together in any way, shape, or form. You always kind of like, how much of this past do I want to let go? You know, there's forgive and forget, and then there's like throwing yourself on the mercy of a crazy person too. So just, you guys really need to talk it out, because there's a lot of heat here too, and a lot of lovey-dovey sweetness, but there's also like, there were swords, and off with their head, things were removed, shall we say. Alright, but it is still pretty lovey-dovey and hot. This is the hot queen and the hot king. Travel too. Alright, my darling Scorpios, thank you for sharing your energy. Please like and subscribe if enamored by this reading. And of course, have a wonderful Aries season. Enjoy that Mars energy for yourselves, and God bless.